Greetings from the Kunming railway station in the capital of Yunnan province in southwestern China. Today we will be heading to a city which kind of cuts China in the population of China, cuts it with one side with a lot of people and the other side having just a very small percentage. But we will talk about that later. Let's first board this train towards the city of Baoshan in western Yunnan province, and then we will take a bus towards the city we're heading to, the city of Tanchong. And here we are. Let us start the trip. Oh, well, I've just arrived at the Baoshan railway station. Check out the sign over there. It's nearly 6 o'clock. The sun is still bright over here. And let's go get to the bus, the bus terminal is just like on the opposite side of the road. So let's go catch the bus and go to Tanchong. This is why you don't go to famous places. Wow, I finally gotten a seat on the bus. It was so bad, man. So bad. Right, let's depart. Look at the big moon over there, shining above this valley. The sun is about to set. Wow, I have finally arrived. It's 8:30 p.m. now in the night. The ride was long and scenic. We even passed a police checkpoint, but the bus did not need to go through the checkpoint. And I'm gonna take a taxi and get to my house in the city, my rental house, because I will be staying in the city for 1 month, although we will also be going to neighboring regions during the period. So just follow my channel basically to see the other trips. Well, good morning. I'm out here in this village outside of my house. It's pretty far from the city. These are some of their shops along the road. The city is over there in the distance. And I'm just like taking a walk around here, and maybe we can visit some scenic areas later. Day 1 of eating in Tanchong. I'm in this restaurant with these tents, and let's go see if the food served here is good. Let's try it. This is a century egg, and it is genuinely very good, contrary to what many people think. Well, I've just finished my first meal over here in Tanchong. Well, not counting yesterday's late at night dinner and today's breakfast, which isn't pretty much to note. And the food was pretty nice. The entire vibes over here is pretty good, pretty rural villages. My house is over there up along the hills, and let's see what we should do over the next few days. Walking through this little village over here. Shit. Look at this little village. Well, hi. I've just taken a taxi over here into these very scenic hill areas. Today we will be taking a tour here in the south of the city where there are hot springs, and let's go have a little tour around this place. This scenic area is called Rehai, Hot Sea, in the south of Chengchong, and let's go. Beneath the entire region of Chengchong, there are magma chambers. So like a few kilometers beneath the ground, there are unmolten lava, unmolten magma. Basically, they hadn't hardened yet, and so see, there's steam over there that is caused by hot water, because when underground water comes in contact with the heat of magma, they become hot, and when they push up, they create very hot springs, and this park is full of these. So let's go see. Man, it stinks so much here. We are in the first spring, the Toad's Mouth. Look at all these steam. Ugh. It's so stinky because of all these sulfur. It's extremely stinky. It smells like a trash house. Ugh. Oi. Let's get out of the steam. Alright. So basically, Chengchong is one of China's 3 geographically active regions, like with volcanoes, geysers, hot springs. The other 2 are in Tibet and Taiwan. And this place has a lot of these springs, as well as a volcano. And sometimes the hot water would explode out of the ground. One such event happened in 2022 when basically tourist roads were damaged, and a pavilion was also damaged. Man, the stinkiness is still in my nose, caused by sulfur. Man, this smells so bad. But look at this good scenery. Look at this mountain valley. Look at this entire valley. I'm climbing up this hill right now to the biggest hot spring. And let us keep going on. I have come to the main hot spring over here. The boiling pot. It does look like boiling. This smells terribly. You could see the sulfurish thing on the side, the white thing. And it's also pretty hot, especially if you approach the water or the steam. It's very hot. And they also boil eggs over here. They boil eggs in this trough. But if the hot spring is so smelly, won't the eggs be smelly too? Oh my goodness. Ugh. Won't the eggs be smelly too? But anyways, I can't eat boiled eggs, so I have no chance either. But the smell is pretty bad. Oh, look at this. More down there. Well, I guess I have walked the entire length of this scenic area. There are volcanoes nearby, but maybe we will visit them later, I guess. First, I will be going over to the city of into like the city center of Chengchong. There, I will see what the city streets are like, urban life in Chengchong is like. Well, I am here at the center of the city. We are over here at this mall over here, and we are going to find some food to eat today. So when we were at the train station in Kunming, I remarked that Chengchong in a certain way divides the population of China. So basically there's this population line determined like several decades ago that basically runs from Heihe in Heilongjiang province. It's opposite the Amur River from the Russian city of Blagoveschansk, I think. And the line runs all the way from the Russian border to the border with Myanmar to the city of Chengchong. We're not far from the border with Myanmar over here. And so basically east of the border lies, east of the line lies like 90% of China's population, while west of the line lies like 5 to 10% of China's population. So even though China has like the world's second largest population, all of them are divided unequally, with nearly all of them on the east and only a handful in the west. Anyways, let's go eat our dinner. We actually came to this same restaurant in Kunming. It's the second restaurant serving Yunnan cuisine that we went to. And let's try the restaurant again here in Chengchong and see if it's the same or different. Look at the scenery of the city over there on the window. Well, I have just finished dinner and it was very good. It's even better than the one in Kunming, even though it is the same restaurant. And so hopefully over the next few days we can visit more of this city. There are a lot more places to explore. So let's go. Greetings! I am here at the Museum of Chengchong, commemorating the war against Japanese aggression, the Second Sino-Japanese War. Chengchong has a big history in the war, and the city effectively banned Japanese citizens from entering. Basically, Japanese can't book hotels, can't enter certain areas, etc. And so I'm going to visit this museum commemorating the time of war during World War II. During World War II, the Japanese attacked Chengchong through Myanmar to try to go attack the city of Kunming, the capital of Yunnan province, so they can capture the provisional capital of China at that time, Chongqing, basically effectively ending the existence of China at that time. But the Japanese advance was stalled, and later Chengchong became the first Chinese city to be fully liberated from the Japanese by the Chinese army and with the help of American aviators, the Flying Tigers. The Burma Road was vital at that time, connecting Myanmar at that time under British rule with Yunnan province of China. It's crucial for logistics and a lot of stuff. After some fighting, the advance in western Yunnan was stalled at the Nujiang, the Salween River, with the Japanese occupying the west and the Chinese remaining on the eastern side. Their objective is to use Myanmar as a lead board for an attack into interior China, as well as further into British India and into the Middle East towards the German lines. And the American Flying Tigers are instrumental in helping stabilize the front by bombing Japanese lines, supplies, degrading logistics. Wow, that was very interesting. So a lot of parts are too graphic to show in this video, or it will get me restricted. But it was truly a very sad period of time. A lot of people as young as a few years old were killed. A lot of kids were sent to be soldiers to fight. A lot of them are just 10 years old. And also biological warfare, sending bacteria and germs to bomb the cities. This was widespread during the Second Sino-Japanese War, where Japanese troops bombed Chinese cities with bacteria, making the general populace sick. Basically a man-made pandemic. These are pictures of military bunkers at the time during the battle, and this exhibition is very interesting and very sad. All of these helmets are collected from the soldiers, filling up an entire wall. This is a wall listing all of those killed who are part of the China Expeditionary Forces, whatever it's called. Basically, they are the most instrumental in this sector of the front. A lot of people sacrificing flowers to them. This wall of dead individuals stretches from here all the way over there around this museum. It's just this sheer number of casualties during the war, because the Chinese forces are less adequately equipped, and so they're basically cannon fodder. A lot of them killed, and when they were retreating, the injured just self-immolated, burned themselves because they can't move on any further. It's a very dark period of history. A monument for the children soldiers, basically kids who went to the battlefield to fight against the Japanese aggression. Memorial for the fallen soldiers. It's built atop this small hill, a volcano with tombstones dotting the slopes. Chinese peasants beating for fleeing Japanese soldiers, beating them to death. It was during the Japanese retreat from western Yunnan. Basically, they retreated after the Chinese and the Allies in general liberated all of Yunnan as well as Myanmar. Very interesting. And this is the tomb of Japanese soldiers. A lot of people come spitting, kicking, beating over here. This is the tomb of the Japanese soldiers who died while occupying Chengchun. Here at the end of the exhibit is a long list of foreign nationals that helped China during World War II. Some of them are from Korea, others from Germany, New Zealand, Canada, United States, Russia, a lot of different countries. So the museum exhibit ends here. We have learned a lot about Tengchong and its role in the broader World War II, and it's time to go. And we will be going to see more of this city in the future. So let's get going with our Tengchong trip. I'm walking through this sunlight to go eat some local beef, and we shall see what this famous dish is like. Well, I finished my dinner and it was pretty good. I'll probably eat it again soon. Anyways, let's go to our next destination. Good day from one of the most famous, if not the most famous, scenic areas of the city. This is the ancient town of Heshun in the southwest of the city. It's an ancient town. The entrance is over here. Take a sneak peek inside. We shall enter in now shortly. I have to go buy the ticket first. Walking through the main entrance, this gate over here. This place is not small, it's actually pretty big. A lot of places inside this ancient town. This ancient town is 600 years old, which makes it very old. Village fields are still present over there in the distance. We're going to come to this library, which is built in 1928, so nearly 100 years old. Let's see what this library is like. Well, that library was interesting. Very old. A lot of different stuff, books, newspapers. Has a lot of history. I'm now in this residential area of this town. Residents still live over here. I'm gonna go eat some local food for lunch, I guess, in this restaurant. Well, dinner's now finished. Look at this view of the ancient town. Houses over there. That's the house interior, I guess, over here. And over here you have other houses, the fields, the hills, the woods, all those kind of stuff. Let's go explore them more on the ground. The eastern outskirts of the town. There's more buildings over there, I think. And also over here. Let's keep walking over here. An off-the-track alleyway between the private hotel on this side and a museum on this side. Look at the wall of flowers along the wall. I am at this tea house serving cooked tea, and it's in this courtyard, and there's a building inside here. It's quite a good place for afternoon tea, just a little expensive, unfortunately, but scenic areas. Nothing is cheap. Wow, I've just walked over the lake, and onto a hillside into this residential area. There are some cafes, some tea houses, and some hotels, but it's much less touristy over here. Like at the center of the area, you have so many people. Here it's quite empty by the local standards, and everywhere there are hotels, and pretty expensive ones, managed by the local people. I'm in this little roadside stall, gonna eat some noodles, barbecue noodles, I think, whatever. Well, I just finished my dinner. It was not bad. And I'm walking out of this area. It's already deep in the night. The ticket is multiple entry a week, so you can enter limitless times within a week. So it's not bad, especially if you want to visit it several times. Now I'm gonna get out of here and call it a day. Well, today I've drove a long way, 1 hour at least, all the way to the Gouligong Mountains. You can't really see the entire thing from here. This is like the start of this dusty trail up the mountain. I would just take like a short 2 hours walk around this place, a short hike. Some people hike all the way from this side to the other side, which will take 10 hours at the very least. So I would just ramble around the foothills for a couple hours and then leave. If you have to go further up the mountain, you need permits, because further up it is a special protected zone or whatever. Well, let's go. Look at this waterfall over here. Some more up there. What is this sort of stairs? Stairs of logs or whatever. Let's go see. At this waterfall side. Oh. So this waterfall is pretty famous over here. And while it looks as if it has a lot of water, it's actually in its dry season right now. So during its wet season, this will be ferociously raging. And look at all this green flora over here. It's pretty beautiful. We are at this booth at the top of the small hill. It's like a foothill, so at the top of this foothill, the mountain stretches. Like, you can't see it from here. A lot of hikers are resting over here, a lot. View from this observation deck on the mountainside. Look at this over there. And the hill over in that side, in that distance, woods on there. Look at this waterfall over here at the mountainside, rolling down this cliff. It's good that there are so many trees, or else it will be too sunny to walk. Look at this zip line over here. You zip all the way around this place. Wow, it's pretty expensive also to zip along this waterfall. Finally hiked down this mountainside. You could see this valley over here, a parking lot over there, but ours is not over there. Well, I guess my hike is almost finished, so what I'm gonna do now is go to a village, I guess, eat some barbecue or whatever. We'll go see what it is like and decide. First sign of civilization, this hut or whatever. I don't know what it's for. It doesn't seem to be occupied right now. Maybe it's like a temporary hut or whatever. And wow, here is a truck or something. Let's go see what it is. A truck and a van. Let's see. Now we are finally down from the mountain. Oh, and there's this checkpoint. There's this checkpoint where you get to scan yourself out of the area. It's over here. Well, now we're out of the mountain. Well, it was like a 10-minute or so car ride over here, but this is not in the village. The village is down the hill. So basically, these villages on the mountains are mainly dominated by the Lisu people. We visited a prefecture, the Lujiang Lisu Autonomous Prefecture. We will visit it in like the episode after the next episode. So it will release later on this channel. And so the Lisu people, they love to live on these mountains. So these villages are mainly dominated by them. And many of these guides up the mountains are also the local Lisu people. My guide is not my guide up here is Hui, of the Hui ethnicity, which are the Chinese Muslims. So pretty interesting. And here is a barbecue restaurant or something. We will go see. There's like an open fire pit up here in the shop. See, it's over here. Oh yeah, the fire is still running. Basically, they cook pork and other pork, beef, other stuff. Wow, I've just finished the lunch. There are these super big barbecue sticks. Super big. And let's see if I can show you some. It's like sticks this long and extremely long pieces of meat. Where can I find some? Where is it? I don't know. Oh, there it is. You could see it cooking over here. Down there. And it was pretty good. And the oranges here are super sweet. They taste so good. The tea here, you can buy some tea, but it's 500 yuan for just two bags, so a bit too expensive. Didn't buy any, but did taste some. It's very good. And apart from that, there are also pretty good potatoes. I ate an entire plate of fried potatoes. And there are hot springs over there where you could take a bath, wash your feet, but I'll just like start going on my way back into the city, I guess. My guide is over here with the white hat, standing here waiting for me to get ready and go. Today we're at the East Mountain grasslands over here. I'm walking up down this stairway. This is basically built on the side of a mountain, and it's very big. To walk the entire distance, my driver said it will take a month, which is pretty big actually. The entire road stretches pretty long. And I'm gonna go to an observation post to view the larger mountainside and valley. And there are a lot of stuff to do here. Before it started to require tickets, many locals come here to camp, but now you need tickets to enter. So it's mainly for tourists now. So let's go see. I'm at this mountaintop cafe overlooking the entire skiing area, which stretches over there, all over the mountaintop. We just walked a very short segment from the road over there down over here. And it's the first cloudy day since I came over here to Tanchong. It's how many days since I've been here? Like 24, yeah, 24 days. This is the 25th day. Finally, it's a cloudy day, so you can't really see too much of the city down below. But the scenery here is still very exquisite as you look across this mountaintop, looking at the green hillside and the yellow grass. There are sheep over here. Sheep herding. And what's this? Is this sheep dung? It looks like sheep dung over here. Let's see if the camera can catch it. Those little black stuff, probably sheep dung. Here's a very expensive camp hotel. Basically just like houses under a tent, nothing more. And it costs like 6,000 yuan per night. That's like how much? That's like nearly 1,000 USD per night. That's a lot of money to live over here. A tent hotel, basically. Over here, you can ride horses. I'm gonna try it. It's mainly the horses are over here, mainly around like these types of grasslands, around a lake, a hill. It does cost some money, but well, normal, I guess. Never tried it before, anyways. It's not bad, a little bit bumpy. And here's a lake over here. Security is very guaranteed. There's this person holding the horse, so I don't have to do anything other than sitting on here and holding the, what do you call it? I have no idea. Horses are very interesting. Sometimes they're even like little human kids, because for example, my horse is like kind of like a teenager horse. There's another horse which is an adult horse. So the adult horse tried to bite my horse and caused quite a ruckus, trying to bully my horse. And then they what do you call it, like the people leading these horses tried to like separate us two horses, but then at a place where the two paths must converge, my horse tried to kick the horse that bullied him, and so we must get separated again. So we waited until the larger horse passed, which is pretty interesting and funny. Look at horse dung below. Horse dung. Horse riding is pretty interesting. There's a military base up on the hill over there with radar equipment. But I digress. So this is something basically like you roll down the hillside on a sort of cable car or whatever. I'll try this out. Other than that, I don't know what we will do. Maybe we can like go see some more of the area, I guess. Or I don't know. Let's try this first, I guess. What did I sign up for? Look at what I signed up for. That was such a crazy ride. Now let me get out of this place. Get over here. Wow, that was crazy. Well, the experience here is pretty good. Once again, we come to this mountainside observation post. The weather is still pretty foggy, so can't see much of the city down below, sadly. I've walked through the most famous areas of this grassland, which is owned by the richest person in this entire city. And I guess I'll just head back to the city now. I've just covered one half of the entire region. There is another half that you can come, I guess. I probably won't be going there. I will probably just return back into the city. But the scenery here and the entire experience is very good, not gonna lie. Well, that's it for this grassland, this scenic area. Well, guys, I have come to the Chengchong Tuofeng Airport. The airport serving this city. Not a big one, but has is enough, I guess, for the city. It's named after the hump, Tuofeng, the hump, the flight route that the Allied forces used to fly supplies from British India to Kunming during World War II. And this airport is built in the mountains, so in the rainy season, which is during the summer, it often gets foggy, so travel is often disrupted, flight cancellations, delay, etc. But it's winter, so the dry season, so nothing to worry. And we have visited a lot of this place. We have visited most of its famous attractions, except for the volcano and the wetlands park. The locals did not recommend the two because the volcano it's very hot because a few years ago a fire burned away its trees, so there's only just this pit you can see, so not too much to see. And the wetlands is not that much big of a deal either. It's just literally wetlands. So yeah, didn't go there. And there's also this border crossing point, Houqiao, which connects to Myanmar's Kampakti in the Kachin state. Did not go there either because it's a bit far, but I did visit the Chinese border with Myanmar, and you will see it in the next episode of my Yunnan province playlist. Even though I am on a flight to return to the city of Shanghai, my Yunnan province playlist is far from over. In fact, it has just begun because during my stay in Chengchong, I've also went to a lot of the neighboring regions. So yeah, if you want to see them, just like, subscribe, hit the bell, and follow my playlist. I also do a lot of other topics, so if you're interested, you can check them out also. And you can also check out my website linked somewhere on the channel, I guess. I don't know where it is. Anyways, see y'all.